What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a brand new video. Now today you joined me for another review and this one is going to be very exciting. As you can see behind me, we have the all new Ford Mustang. So this is the 7th generation Mustang, and big thanks to Ford Santon. They have provided me with this car to review. I'll leave their details down in the description below. If you're interested in any Ford models or even this Mustang, do contact them. And yeah, let's go through the Mustang. Let's get into it. So, the new Ford Mustang. So let's start purely off of the design and stuff. And I have to say, this thing is stunning. Literally every angle, every edge, every side. This is a mean and also beautiful looking coupe. So up front, as you can see, very slim headlights, distinctive daytime running lights. There's also a piece at the top that lights up as part of the DRLs, and I quite like how these chrome bits, they kind of look like the DRLs are on even when they're off. Like, I promise you, the car is completely off right now and it looks like the DRLs are on. And yeah, look at all the events that are going on up front. The Mustang Haas logo. Yeah, I mean, this is just insane. So I quite like these vents right here, one on either side. They kind of remind me of the Shelby in the Need for Speed movie. There's some DRLs right there. These are actually ducts for the brakes, but we'll get into that a bit later. And yeah, it looks cool. Very aggressive front bumpers. You have a front splitter going on right there, and one of my favorite bits is this air vent right here. I think this is lifted from the previous generation's GT500, a model that we don't get in our market. But yeah, that is the front. If we get more, oh, actually one bit about the front. Obviously the Mustang has to stay true to the original 67 model's design and stuff, and you have this brow at the front. Like, this brow is an iconic Mustang design, and throughout the exterior of the car, I'll point out some of the other details that are some of the most iconic Mustang designs. These wheels, very, very gorgeous diamond cut rims, 19 inches, gripped by 255 section millimeter tires, massive Brembo brakes, and I quite like how everything is detailed with like a Mustang logo even on the brakes. Oh damn, currently the wheels are sitting in a position where you can't see, but can just about see it right there. There is a little Mustang badge right there, and the Mustang center caps, of course, 5-liter badging on the fender, letting you know what you're sitting in. Another iconic Mustang design is, of course, the side profile, the silhouette. All Mustangs have this design. It's just distinctive. You can spot it from far away. Look at the rear arches, how wide and prominent they are. This is just, yeah, it's a beautiful looking car, so as to say. 19-inch rims at the rear as well, but the tires are 275 millimeters in width. If you come around to the back, one iconic design feature is the taillights. Of course, they've kept them like this throughout all the entire generations, all 6 other generations, well, 7 including this latest one, and that is the striped taillights. And yeah, it looks absolutely cool. Quad tailpipes, real exhaust, no fakery right here, and the ting that you get from the tips is so cool. Let's actually check out the interior. There are a lot of details to go through here. So guys, before we get into the rest of the video, let's actually do the cost breakdown of the new 7th generation Ford Mustang. So in our market currently, we get 2 variants. We get this 5-liter GT, and we also get the Dark Horse. Now the pricing on these 5-liter GT that we're sitting in starts from 1.3 million rands, and the Dark Horse starts from 1.5 million rands. So we'll mainly focus on this particular vehicle since this is the car we're reviewing. So what I like about this car is it doesn't actually have any optional extras. I think the only things you get to choose from are the different colors, and everything else comes as standard, which is quite nice. So at 1.3 million rands, you're looking at a monthly repayment of about 26,000 rands over a payment term of 72 months at an interest rate of about 13%. That is the finance breakdown. In terms of insurance, I've logged my details on Hippo and I've gotten back 8 different quotes, and the lowest I could find is 4,894 rands. And yeah, do check out Hippo, where you can get up to 12 different quotes. All you need to do is open the Hippo website, that is hippo.co.za. You'll get to enter your personal information, the details of the vehicle you're inquiring on, and almost instantly it'll generate up to 12 different quotes for you. That is hippo.co.za. I've left a link down in the description below. I've also pinned a comment in the comment section. Let's check out the interior. So right off the bat, you have Mustang imprinted on the door sills, and there's so many Easter eggs dotted around. Like, remember the Mustang logo we saw on the brakes? There is one right here on the dashboard, and that is absolutely cool. So for the amount of details we find with this interior, I think I'll have to do it POV style, because there is so much to go through here. I hope I don't get hot. Oh, that Coyote V8 fires up. And yeah, I think I want to start with the most exciting details, and we'll trickle down to the other stuff. So let's start with the infotainment screen. So this is a 13.2-inch infotainment screen, and there are so many cool stuff inbuilt into it. So for one, this is the home menu, and I want to focus on this button down here with the Mustang logo. If you press on it, you have these menus right there. So at the top you have track apps. If you click on these, you get a bunch of timers. So you have an acceleration timer where you can record your, say, 0 to 100 km/h time, so you can choose which speed you want to record. You have a brake performance, and yeah, there's your speed range and stuff. There's the lap timer, so if you're on a racetrack, you can see how quickly you can clear the track and all. But if I go back, there is auxiliary gauges, and there is this button here where when you click it, it labels all these gauges. So if I click on it, you see what's what. So engine oil pressure, engine oil temperature, battery voltage, air fuel ratio. So you click the tick and you can see where what's what. In the middle you have a G meter and a brake meter, so you can see how much of your brake pedal you're applying, that sort of jazz, while you're driving and stuff. Next up, you have the custom mode. So here you can basically configure the vehicle whichever way you want, and I like how you can have multiple profiles. So let's say there is person A, person B, and person C, and they all live in one household. So person A can configure the car whichever way he or she wants and save it as profile A, or profile 1, and then person B can have their own configuration, and then you basically save it as multiple profiles. That is actually really cool. So yeah, here you can customize everything. You can have the car in whichever mode you want. There is normal, sport, track, drag, and slippery, and then you can go to the suspension, and I don't understand why there's only one setting for suspension, but yeah, steering wheel, there's normal, sport, comfort, traction control, exhaust, you get the gist. So if we go back, you have my color. So this is where you can select your ambient lighting basically, and yeah, as you can see, there are so many colors to choose from and so on. Actually, wait a minute, my color displays. Oh, so this is for the displays. There is ambient lighting. So yeah, you can choose colors for the displays and colors for your ambient lighting. My favorite menu here is cluster theme. This right here, I really applaud. This deserves a round of applause. I don't know how I'm gonna clap holding the camera, but yeah, that's the round of applause. So basically here, they have customized some of the clusters from some of the most iconic Mustangs we've seen. So firstly, there is the original classic 67 to 68 Mustang. So if you click on that, the gauges change to those of the original 67 Mustang. This right here is so cool. I love this feature. And then you have the Fox body from 87 to 93. I mean, look at this. And it works in real time. Like, even when you rev, you can see the gauges revving. That is so cool. And then you have the CVT Cobra, so as to say, from 99 to 2001. Oh, I'm losing my words. This is just so cool. And then you have the more normal cluster that looks like this. You have sport. So yeah, you get the idea. And then there's racetrack with a more horizontal ref counter. This, I love this. When I saw this, I was like, wow, this is so cool. This is what we want to see. And yeah, that is basically the performance apps and menus on the Mustang infotainment screen. Oh, you also have other stuff like the exhaust. So this has an active Valvetronic exhaust, so you can have it in quiet mode, and there is the loudest race mode, and it works in real time. When you're driving the car, you can absolutely tell the difference. And then the rest of the stuff is your more usual infotainment screen stuff, you know. So you have your navigations, you have App Connect, where you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, both of which are wireless. So yeah, as you can see, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, both available right here. The other thing is the climate controls. So they are inbuilt into the screen. They're always fixed here at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, maybe a faff to use while you're driving and stuff, but hey, I guess it's a cost-cutting measure because you can just put all the systems into the screens and so on. And yeah, that is that. I guess the instrument cluster, oh, I forgot to mention, the resolution on the screen is absolutely amazing. Everything is so clear, so bright and colorful. I quite like that. Instrument cluster as well, very nice. Resolution is quite high. And here you have your more usual trip computer, so you can see your fuel gauge right there at the corner, your range. You can open basically your consumption menus. Let's click OK, and yeah, you can see all your trip menus right there. So your ref counter, and you can see what driving mode you're in right there at the corner, which mode your suspension, your steering wheel, and your exhaust is in. Yeah, so basically instrument cluster stuff. Your drive mode select is actually on the steering wheel, and yeah, this is another feature I quite like, simply because of the animations that you see when you switch between the different modes. So let's start from normal. Look at that animation. That is so cool. And then when you go to sport, look at the animation. This is so cool. This is so cool. When you go track, I love this. Drag strip. Yeah, tell me the manufacturer is American without telling me the manufacturer is American. You have a drag strip mode, and then slippery roads, and then there's your custom mode that you would have configured for yourself. And yeah, that is basically all the stuff I wanted to show you with the infotainment and stuff. So next up, let's go through the general ergonomics of the interior. We'll start with the steering wheel. Very sporty, flat bottom. I quite like the Mustang logo. You get pedal shifters, and I have to say they feel very cheap and very plasticky. That is one drawback I have about the interior, or one interior detail I don't quite like. But yeah, the interior design itself is very cool. You have the trendy door screen design. Mercedes is doing it, BMW is doing it now, so many Chinese manufacturers are doing it, and you also find it in the Mustang, where the instrument cluster and the infotainment screen are integrated. It works, I guess. So yeah, and also it looks cool and futuristic. Quality in here is amazing. You have soft touch and leather everywhere, some white stitching. Like this is all beautiful, well put together. I mean, this, round of applause once again. The quality in here is just incredible. Even the seats, the leather that is wrapping the seats, they feel so thick and so comfortable to sit in. And yeah, they have really done a great job. I quite like the little Mustang badge right there on the dashboard. There are some door pockets. They're not the biggest I've seen. You can't fit like a bottle and stuff, but yeah, you can put your wallet, that kind of jazz. There is what you call induction charging right here in the center. One USB-A, one USB-C port. You have some very big cup holders in the center. What looks like a mechanical handbrake, but is actually an electronic handbrake, which is quite interesting. It feels weird to engage it and disengage it. It feels kind of rubbery in a way, but once you get used to how it works, it works. I quite like how the central cubby is integrated into the center console. It almost looks like there is no storage, but there is. There, you see it. Yeah, this is quite nice, also wrapped in leather. There's also that very nice stitching and all. Let's check out the glove box. Yeah, decently sized, not lined with felt, so keys and stuff might rattle in there. And yeah, that is the general ergonomics of the cabin on the new Mustang. Let's check the room and the back seat. So let's see how the room is in the back. And right off the bat, yeah, it's very tight. Even getting in is quite tricky. But oh my goodness, the seat base is so deep. I'll pull back the backrest. Oh yeah, so I'm about 1.8 meters tall last time I checked, and yeah, knee room is tight. Leg room is not that bad actually. Headroom is also quite tight, like my head is touching the glass at the back, and I can't imagine for someone who's like 6 foot tall, that would be like 2 meters tall or something like that. Yeah, it would be very tight. Safe to say this is not a family car. But yeah, it's doable for like a short trip. It's not that bad. I'm pretty sure it's maybe even better than something like a 911, something of that sort. But yeah, back here, quality is also nice. The leather, the seats actually feel quite comfortable. And yeah, there are no luxuries back here, no charging ports whatsoever. Yeah, that is the back seat in the new Ford Mustang. I have to get out. Hey, yeah. This is a problem. Oh, actually, I don't think I'll make it out. I have to push the seat forward. Yeah, this is very awkward. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying the view. So, let's check out the boot. Yeah, this is the boot on the new Ford Mustang. You're looking at 381 liters in boot capacity. And yeah, what do Mustang drivers carry in their boot? I don't know. Golf clubs, maybe? I have no idea if a set of golf clubs can fit in here. But yeah, this is about the same capacity as a VW Golf. The only tricky bit is the aperture. The opening is very narrow, so it would be tricky to fit some tall items. There is a subwoofer right there because this car has a Bang & Olufsen sound system. And yeah, that is the boot. GT performance. So let's get into the exciting and nerdy bits, and we'll start with the engine. So this is the Coyote V8. This is the 4th generation of this engine iteration, and yeah, it's been upgraded. For one, it features new dual air intake boxes. It has 2 throttle bodies, and as a result 328 kilowatts. from a 5-liter naturally aspirated V8, and that is about 450 horsepower for all my American and European viewers. 514 Newton meters of torque, and I know in other markets you can get it with a manual, but in our markets I believe it only comes with a 10-speed automatic gearbox. So on the Mustang there is something that is called the performance pack, and in our market we get it as standard, and it comes with a bunch of exciting features, and let's go through them. So for one, you get a front suspension torsion bar hidden somewhere in there. 2, you get bigger Brembo brakes at the front, 365 millimeters. At the rear, 355 millimeters. You get an active Valvetronic sports exhaust system. You can actually hear the actuation of the flaps. Oh, you can see them. Closed, open. You get the cool E drift brake feature where you can pull some handbrake turns like a proper mechanical handbrake. You also get line lock. And yeah, that is all the bits and bobs of the performance pack. Do let me know if I forgot something. Guys, you joined me inside the 7th generation Ford Mustang, and we're gonna take it for a quick short drive. Yeah, let's talk about it. It's crazy how I'm driving the latest generation Ford Mustang, but the gauges down here are those of the 87 CVT, which is just insane. Actually, I said 87 CVT. It's the CVT Cobra from the 90s, and it's just insane. But anyways, so I'm currently driving in normal mode, and we have the exhaust not even in its loudest setting, but now it actually is in its loudest setting. And that is the crazy thing about this car, is the exhaust is so loud, like literally so loud. And you can just have the car in its normal mode and have that exhaust so loud going, yes, I'm not even accelerating. Just close the windows. Yes, this exhaust is so loud, guys. So I wanna try to have the AC on. Oh, you see now the screen thing is coming back to bite me. Still on off? Oh, it's on. And the other fascinating thing is this is just a big comfort cruiser. It's not about tackling some corners. It's not really about track driving, even though there is a track mode for the engine and stuff. But yeah, most of the time you're just gonna chill, cruise in it, and enjoy that exhaust note. And it has this clever, complex Magnerad suspension, which is adaptive. And I have to say, it feels very nice. It feels very supple. And yeah, the other thing is, although the bonnet is so long and the car is somewhat big, it's not intimidating to drive. It's actually very chilled in here. You have a great sense of all 4 corners of the car. Maneuvering it is quite easy. And you also get a, let me see, rear view mirror. Oh yeah, you get a decent view outside from the rear view mirror. Although the wing mirrors are quite, actually they're not wing mirrors, but I'll call them wing mirrors. They're a bit small, but you still get a great view of the outside. Oh man, I quite like how you can see the rear arches from the mirrors. They're just so girthy and thick. I like how, like when it comes to accelerating and stuff, I haven't even done anything to the throttle, and yet it's still so enjoyable. Like, it's fascinating. And I actually don't really know how to put it. Like, you can just chill, but it's still very thrilling because, yo, that sound is so prominent. Like, listen. Americans for keeping this V8 alive, because it is such a darn, man, such a brute. Actually, let's try, I forgot the driving modes on the screen, so let's actually go into track and floor it. Oh. Geez, and you get peak power at the top end, 7,000 RPM. That's when you get the full 328 kilowatts, and it actually picks up, hey? Oh wow, that torque. Ah man, this thing just sounds amazing. One other thing is, this car is literally brand new. It has about 55 kilometers on the clock, so yeah, the engine is not running and all that stuff, so I can't really do crazy stuff with it, and it's for sale. Listen to this. So we'll just enjoy the sound of the V8. Listen to that. I think I can just keep on recording the camera and we just listen to how glorious this V8 sounds. Listen to that. I don't even need to go fast, like I mentioned. You can just chill and enjoy some pure V8 symphony. Listen to that. Yeah. This is cool. And the other thing about the Mustang is there is nothing you can compare it to. Like, yes, you can put the stuff like the BMW M2 or Audi RS3 next to it, but simply because they are within the same price bracket. But there is literally nothing out there on the market that offers what this car offers. A big naturally aspirated V8 in this coupe format. They are a dying breed, to say the least. And it is unique, it is special, and I'm happy that Ford was able to give us an all-new generation, literally all-new generation for 2025. And we're going to have a bunch of different special editions. We already have the Dark Horse, and I'm sure in the US they'll have things like the GT350. There's already a GTD or whatever it's called, which is like a crazy track performance version. And yeah, what I'm trying to say is it's still going to be a long ride with this car. We're going to see it for the next, I don't know, 10 years or something, with different variants coming out, maybe even a facelift and stuff. Could it be the last Mustang? I don't know. With a V8 like this, possibly, but we'll just have to wait and see. But for now, we still have it. And now I'm gonna go back to 1967. Change my gauge cluster to the original 67 fastback. And yeah, just like that, I definitely feel like I'm in 1967 because my gauge clusters here are those from that era. And yeah, I definitely feel cool. Oh. I just appreciate the lengths they go to make this car cool. And it's even in the little details, like how you can switch to different gauge clusters, features like line lock, the drift brake. You know, those are the kind of stuff you want to see in a car like this. Cool things that you don't otherwise see in an ordinary car, so as to say. And yeah, I have to say, the Mustang is still cool. It's still a proper rowdy V8 engined coupe. It sounds incredible, and because it's naturally aspirated, you get that almost instantaneous throttle response, so as to say. Listen to that. And yeah, I guess I'll leave it there, man. This thing is amazing. It offers amazing technology, and the pricing, I feel like it's decent, and the fact that there are no optional extras. 1.3 million and everything comes as standard. You just need to choose a color. And yeah, the dual screens, your Apple CarPlays, and still having that V8 Bang & Olufsen sound system. This is really a bargain, and it's not the fastest thing out there. You're not going to be pulling RS3s and M2s by the traffic lights or at the drag strip, but even though it has features like a drag mode, I don't really think it's all about that, but I quite appreciate how it blends everything into one. And yeah, that is my take on the new 7th generation S650 Ford Mustang. And yeah, do get down in the comment section and let me know what you think about it. And yeah, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, that's cheers from me.